today we are very lucky in this episode of our political program, particularly on 2019 Democracy Day. Today Nigeria is celebrating another great Democracy Day, which is unique in its own way because the Democracy Day is shifted from 29th May to 12th of June because of the view to memorize or to immortalize the late MKO Abiola, the winner of the defunct Social Democratic Party president. And in this edition, we are lucky to have the national chairman of UPC, United People's Congress, Mr. Kenneth Kalu. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, sir, you are one of the national chairman of the leading political parties in Nigeria. I know you have participated in the last presidential election. So, we'd like to know your view on the federal government decision to shift the celebration of Democracy Day from 29th May to 12th of June to commemorate and immortalize the late MKO Abiola. What is your take?
All right, thank you very much. Today is a special day in the annals of Nigerian democratic history and process. June 12th it has been a pain in the heart of so many Nigerians about the aborted June 12th by the late, Ibrahim Babangula's regime. 1993, we had an election as a nation, and that election was adjudged to be the freest and the fairest ever in Nigeria. Even up to today, having practiced democracy since 1999 to date, I'm yet to see an election that is as close as that of June 12, 1993. And the reason for celebrating today as Democracy Day is welcome, because I was one of those that fought during the annulment of June 12 election. I spent some money, my personal money, to print June 12 in calendars. And people like late Gani Fahmy, they had most of these calendars. We just did all that to join other forces to, in an attempt to revisit June 12 and then reclaim Abiola's mandate. But unfortunately, and of course, with the glory of God, he passed on a few years later and could not realize the mandate. But today has proven that the mandate is alive. So one of the things we are celebrating today is a celebration of an attempt or a rape on democracy. So I'm very happy that it has happened, and this is the right thing that should happen in Nigeria. June 12th is special, and I want to thank President Muhammadu Buhari for taking the bold step to accept the realities of June 12, 1993, and subsequently declaring and also passing into law this day as a National Democratic Day. It's very significant. And I think that it is also beyond celebrating, because if we also look at the ideas Chief MKO Abiola died for, one of the ideas is to ensure that we achieve free and fair election in the future elections. Also, one of the ideas, also part of his programs that he could not execute, he was not given opportunity to execute, was anchored on poverty alleviation, anchored on entrepreneurship development, anchored on building a first-class nation, which we have not been able to achieve. So it's a celebration, but on the other hand, for me, it's also very saddening that we are not there yet.
Some politicians and the analysts are saying President Buhari is doing this just for him to ridicule the former President Babangida, because they have been they have been at loggerhead for quite long. Do you think this is the right decision?
Excellent decision. Anybody that's accusing Mr. President of witch hunt is not a student of political history. And we all know that once a wrong, is perpetuated, until it is righted, until, we revisit it and let the truth prevail, a nation may not move forward. Even as an individual and a family, when there's a wrong, it has to be righted, no matter how long it takes. So for me, it has nothing to do with ridiculing IBB. IBB himself should know that a day like this will come. You cannot suppress the truth. And we cannot beat a child and say they should not cry. You beat a child, you allow the child to cry. So he did that to Nigerians, and we all cried, and nothing was done by previous regime. I think we should congratulate Mr. President for looking at this thing as a father. And
now Nigerian democracy is 20 years old. So, and there are so many challenges, social, political, economic, and the most annoying one or the most disturbing one is the security issue. So, do you think democracy is the right system of governance for Nigeria?
Absolutely, yes. And to answer your question, yes, democracy in Nigeria for the last 20 years is worth celebrating. It's worth celebrating. If democracy is not worth celebrating, should we celebrate military rule? We all agitated, we cried that military rule is not the best form of government, that democracy is the best because it gives allowance, it gives opportunity for free expression of speech, free press, you air your opinion, that it provides a platform for competition, into various positions of authority. And so we have been able to succeed and survive it for 20 years. It's worth celebrating. Now, when you talk about the problems that we are presently witnessing in Nigeria, it is a problem that's associated with humanity. Now, yes, we have a security situation in Nigeria. We have an employment situation in Nigeria, which to me is a human bomb that we need to address very quickly. We have infrastructural problem. There's a lot of infrastructural deficit, housing deficit. But in all of this situation, it calls for a new generation of thinkers. Because where there is no problem, there won't be advancement. A problem provides opportunity. So we need to begin to grow a new generation of thinkers and entrepreneurs that will begin to provide various economic platforms to absorb our employable youth that is being wasted at the moment. So it provides a whole lot of opportunity. Definitely it will get better. The issue of security situation is worrisome, but it will certainly get better. As we master it, it becomes an experience, becomes a theory, for advancement. So I think that majority of leaders nationwide should begin to look into serious entrepreneurship, development in our schools. We look at our curriculum. We need to work on the curriculum. In India, once you're in school, after 2 years, you are expected to come up with a business plan. Once that business plan is viable, as you are leaving the school, you are given a check.
So, Mr. Kalu,
yes,
you are a member of the opposition party in Nigeria. It seems Nigerians' oppositions mostly are like subservience to the government in power. Why are you not affirming your constitutional right of drawing the attention of the government whenever it is due?
Yes, if you talk about opposition, you can do that in two ways. There is a destructive opposition and there is a progressive opposition. So our party and myself, I'm a progressive critic. Our party is not bent on destroying the nation because we want to take leadership. So what we do in progressive opposition is to ensure that we partner with the ruling government, and that's what my party did. I had to drop my presidential ambition earlier when I had it because of Mr. President. Our party supported Mr. President. And then why did we do that? We want to support the president, and we want to also have opportunity of giving them suggestions. There's an alliance. So it's all about supporting the ruling party so that we can partner for development. It's not all about trying to tear down the system because we are not in power.
So now the issue of 2019 has gone. now we are to, our attention is to be shifted to 2023.
Yes.
There is still moves from different quarters.
Yes.
So what do you think will be the future of APC, PDP, that are the major political parties that dominate the political scene in Nigeria? Or do you think they will still continue to dominate the political space up to that time? Or you, the other parties, will make relevance?
Yeah, for me, 2023 is too early. It's too early for Nigerians to begin to concern themselves or worry themselves about 2023 politics. We've given mandate to certain leaders, especially in the APC and the PDP. We expect that they should quickly go into work. Let us begin to see the dividends of democracy. Like you have said already, you have noted the issue of insecurity. They should quickly hit the ground, to provide succor, for Nigerians. And then in the near future, we can talk about 2023. But for us as new parties that have come on board, we have studied the situation. We are still studying the situation. Our R&D department, is seriously working. We are growing our party. We have ideology that we are yet to even sell to Nigeria. So our own is to learn from the mistakes of the old parties and then building a new ideology and promote it for Nigerians. Who knows? In 2023, UPC will produce the president of Nigeria. It is possible.
So I learned that you are a political economist. I can see you have passion on the problem of dying Nigerian industries.
That's correct.
So how do you think these industries, particularly in this part of Nigeria, will be revived?
All right, that is part of our contribution. Immediately the election, became over and we had winners. Part of our ideology, we are contributing now to the ruling party. And that's why immediately we began with the economic shift. We designed an international summit on clothing production and textile products. So the aim of the summit is to awaken the national consciousness of our leaders, of the players in the industry, of the farmers, all the value chain, to see that we begin to invest in this sector so that we can revitalize this and grow Nigeria's economy and make allow it contribute as it used to contribute to national GDP in terms of employment generation, in terms of export, in terms of the use of Nigerian products. In fact, the outcome of this conference, we will be having a program, for Nigeria to have certain days within a week that only made in Nigerian fabrics can be used. Thereby, we'll be creating the needed market internally for factories that soon will be revitalized to have markets. And then also so that we'll see how we can push back our import in this area. So it's a whole lot of value chain, and that's what we're doing. And many more will come from the stable of the UPC. And that will show pundits who never believed or who criticized us for supporting Mr. President. They will now believe that we really know what we are doing and we have something to offer in that relationship.
So thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth Kalu, National Chairman UPC, for granting us an interview within a short notice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.